Shell catch up on the AR, how you did that? Track out lift up when you take off, how you did that? You put switches up on your blinkies, how you did that? Your LV back turned to a legit, how you did that? I seen that duck turn to a Louis, how you did that? That look like a brand new booty, how you did that? You got face stones and love with watch, how you did that? You hear some skeletons in your closet, why you did that? How you yelling slash slash, how I kill a cat, yeah. Hopping around in the two to make back pillows in the back. Too many rounds in the Philly, AK, someone gon' get wet. How you gon' get me when you still on me, how you gon' do that? Snatch a Ruger bag, give a nigga a yak attack.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
I need answers.
Let me see if I can find it, because I took a shot of it so I can put it down here. So this is on my community wall. It's still on there right now, right? So it says, this is what I put, right? Listening to, was it Saturday? Listen to Miss Intel panel. My question is, why was the P3DO narrative wanting to be spun about James originally, right? So, but I kind of think I got an answer to that question when they said there was some chatter going on about his kids being removed from the home or something like that. And I also have heard James speak on that before. Now, when I heard him speak on it the other day, he said that he was walked out of his place of employment, he meant figuratively, not literally. Now, when I heard him speak on the job part a long time ago, he didn't say figuratively as opposed to literally, because I thought he meant he was literally, it sounded like he was literally walked off of his job, right? Because of whatever went on with DCS, right? That's what I thought. I didn't think it was figuratively. I thought it was literally. So now you meant figuratively and not for real. Okay. Back then I thought it was for real. It sounded like that to me. But anyway, I digress. And so I'm assuming now that the narrative, with the thing was getting ready to get worked up because of what happened with his nephews or cousins or whatever it was. And so anyway, I'm assuming that's the answer to that question, right? Then I go on to say also, if it was put out that Sean Bradley foster child had sent old girl an alleged email, because I had heard something about that too, right? That one of Sean Bradley's foster kids, I believe, had sent old girl an email, right? I think that I heard it. I don't know. But anyway, for sake of argument, I said that. I said, is it possible that the same thing old girl did a couple of weeks ago, that she pulled a Fugazi email, is the same thing she did back then? And if so, why? Right? And the reason why I asked that question is, was that statement even true? That one of Sean Bradley's foster kids allegedly sent her email, or was it just trying to get somebody to tell on themselves? Is that what that's about? And also, when it came to the conversation about James and the first part of that question, I've heard them talk about some guy that was slow or something that used to be up there. So was it also in reference to that situation? Like I said, but they keep bringing it up, and the more they talk about it, the more questions I got, right? So anyway, and so I'm thinking, okay, just like she pulled the Fugazi thing with the email, did she do it back then too, right? And so the second part of the question was, hold on, let me find it, because really I still have these questions, because people seem like they, even after all this time, they talk around in circles. I'm like, what's the big deal? Like, how many people got something to hide, really? Because if you make yourself sound guilty, right? So anyway, I said, last question: does Mother Caldwell, aka Spillerboy TV, have an idea about why that narrative was wanted to be spun back then about him? So the answer to that question, like I said earlier, was I'm assuming it was because the situation that he was having with those two kids that he took in. I said, and if Caldwell does know, is that why he appears to be reluctant appears to be reluctant to call out old girl, not only now, but also back then. Do you see what I'm saying? Though, now it would appear to me, all of this stuff that been picked up and kicked up about this Fugazi email, when she face came on her with the all of this and all of that, there, he was mad at everybody. He was like, because you know, if you pay attention to James Caldwell, he tends to deflect, right? He tends to deflect when he really don't, when he wants to talk around a situation, right? He go to beating on his chest, calling people a whole lot of names. He loves Pictionary, right? We know he loved Pictionary, all in an effort to deflect. So the only thing I want to know seriously was, you know, why you don't want to call out old girl? Because she don't want to keep messing with you. She always had, if it wasn't for a little bit, all of that stuff she said about Sean Bradley, that stuff, she would have been saying that stuff about you. Sometimes you try to, I don't know. Now, in the first place, just let me say this. I heard some people saying, or either I was reading, well, some people felt like Nika and James had been playing in people's faces for months, right? Because Nika had said that she hadn't been friends, her and James hadn't been cool since her birthday, right? And then he said they hadn't been cool since he took the mod stick and all of this and all that. So my thing, both of you guys are being disingenuous by leading your subscribers to believe that y'all are still, you know, pretty cool with one another, right? And I had said either last year or a couple of years ago, and Nika even mentioned this, about a conversation we had. I guess it was on Tracy panel, but I thought it was on James Caldwell panel, when she had mentioned the term self-preservation. But that conversation was about the fact that she took her videos down, and don't she feel away cause James Caldwell won't take his video down, right? And she said no, you know, pretty much it was fine. And he said he wasn't taking it down because that video, you know, still makes lots of money, all this and all that. And then it was something else said, and she said something, it's called self-preservation, right? Or something. But anyway, she did allude to that conversation. But when she alluded to that conversation, it let me just know that the whole time that I was right when I was assuming that, hold on, wait a minute. It's no way that Nika can be cool with him. And he, number one, said he wasn't never going to apologize. And number two, said he wasn't never taking the video down. So we can tell. And you even finally said that, yes, that name that he gave you did affect you. You know what I mean? I mean, clearly, you know. So I'm just wondering why it took her so long, you know, why it took for old girl over there to put out a Fugazi email, and all of this stuff spring forth, all of these true feelings finally spring to the surface after they pretty much told on themselves, right? That was very interesting to me, and it's very disingenuous, and it is playing in people's faces when y'all know y'all not really ain't never been cool, but you trying to put up a united front, right? And then it's just weak sauce to me, because if I don't fool with you, I don't fool with you, right? Period. Bottom line, no pretense or anything, right? So I just found it interesting. So okay, that happened. So I had a couple of questions as to the first video that I saw when it was Nika and that other lady over there came up on the panel, and one of the ladies, after all this time, now this situation has been going on for years, right? Before many of us was even over here, right? Somebody asked her a question, and she said she didn't want to answer that question. I'm thinking, well, why? It's been like over 5 years. Like what? I'm confused. Hey, Tisa, TJ.
She'll catch up on the AR, how you did that? Track out, lift up when you take off, how you did that? You put switches up on your blinkies, how you did that? Your LV back turned to a legit, how you did that? I seen that duck turn to a Louis, how you did that? That look like a brand new booty, how you did that? You got face stones and love with watching.